The Gypsy attorney used all the money that she made from the gala a couple of months ago to fix up her house, child. Now, I personally know some corrupt things that she's done recently, but I'm gonna keep my mouth closed until the problems are solved and then air it out.
Gypsy Rose is back in the headlines, and this time, it's not about her past crimes or her prison release. It's about the drama swirling around her inner circle. And let's just say, it's getting messy. The latest scandal involves her attorney and close confidant, Jerry Jason Jeju, whose name is now being dragged through the mud over shocking allegations of fraud, deception, and financial misconduct. For those who haven't been keeping up, Jerry isn't just any lawyer, she's one of Gypsy's biggest supporters, showing up for her at personal events like her baby shower and book signing. But now, people are starting to question whether Jerry's own morals are just as questionable as Gypsy's past actions.
About Gypsy Rose's attorney, Jerry, I never anticipated to get so many messages. And when I tell you I have received hundreds of emails, messages between TikTok and my email about this woman, it's been insane.
When you align yourself so closely with someone who has a history of manipulation, deception, and controversy, you're bound to raise a few eyebrows. And in Jerry's case, those raised eyebrows have turned into full-blown suspicion. So, what's going on? Let's break it down. Jerry is the founder of Bless Your Heart Nonprofit Corporation, a Louisiana-based organization that claims to help people struggling with social, educational, and financial hardships. Sounds great on paper, right? Every year, the nonprofit hosts a community partnership gala, a high-profile event in the Bayou region where sponsors and donors contribute significant amounts of money, expecting it to be used for community support and aid. But here's where things take a dark turn. Reports have surfaced alleging that instead of using the funds to support those in need,
some things I haven't spoken on yet, but it makes me sad to see that there are communities where people are scared to speak up because of the things that are taking place.
Jerry may have redirected them for personal use. Specifically, accusations suggest that money from the most recent gala was used to finance renovations on her own home. Now, no official audits have been made public, but that hasn't stopped people from asking questions. Some members of the community claim that there have been concerns about mismanagement for years, with previous donations not always reaching the people they were meant to help. And it doesn't stop there. Allegedly, insiders within the organization who tried to expose the truth were quickly silenced, raising even more suspicion about just how deep this alleged corruption runs. If these claims turn out to be true, we're not just looking at an isolated case of financial mismanagement. This could be evidence of a long-standing, systemic problem within Bless Your Heart nonprofit, with Jerry at the center of it all.
The Gypsy Rose's attorney used all the money that she made from the gala a couple of months ago to fix up her house, child. Now, I personally know some corrupt things that she's done recently, but I'm gonna keep my mouth.
As these allegations gain traction, legal experts are weighing in on the potential consequences. Could Jerry face criminal charges? Could civil suits be on the horizon? While nothing has been confirmed yet, one thing is clear: her credibility is in serious jeopardy. And it's not just about the nonprofit scandal. People are also questioning Jerry's professional ethics when it comes to her legal career. She has built a name for herself as an advocate for victims, particularly in domestic violence cases. But in a shocking contradiction, she recently defended a man accused of mistreating his wife and children. This move didn't go unnoticed, and many are calling out the hypocrisy of a supposed victim's rights attorney defending an alleged abuser. And just when you thought the story couldn't get any wilder, there's more. Last year, a content creator named Nina allegedly received an anonymous email exposing Jerry's so-called legal tactics.
The problems are solved and then air it out. But anyway, she was doing business with a company, and the company didn't want to be outed because they know she's associated with scams, allegedly. And
according to the email, Jerry has a reputation for manipulating the legal system for personal and financial gain. If these claims are true, it paints a disturbing picture of someone who isn't just bending the rules, but actively exploiting them for her own benefit. But let's be real, one of the biggest reasons this scandal is getting so much attention is because of Jerry's close ties to Gypsy Rose. This isn't just a case of a lawyer representing a controversial client. This is a full-fledged friendship. Jerry has been by Gypsy's side at private gatherings, showing up in ways that go far beyond the typical attorney-client dynamic. And that's got people talking. Legal professionals are expected to maintain a certain level of detachment from their clients to ensure objectivity, but Jerry seems to have completely blurred that line. So now, people are wondering, has Jerry fallen under Gypsy's influence, or was she already someone who was willing to cross ethical lines long before their paths crossed?
But you know me being the creator I am. I'm gonna go ahead and out them. This is Danos, that is associated with Gypsy Rose's attorney, who is doing the alleged corruption and fraud. Ciao.
Given Gypsy's well-documented history of manipulation convincing the world she was terminally ill for years, orchestrating the murder of her mother, and now seemingly controlling her own narrative in the media, it's not a stretch to think she could be pulling the strings here too. And let's not forget, this isn't the first time Gypsy has been surrounded by controversy. Ever since her release from prison, she's been at the center of a media storm, securing book deals, reality TV offers, and even finding herself in a whirlwind romance turned divorce that had the internet buzzing. Now, with this latest scandal, it seems like the drama is far from over. According to an anonymous email that's been making the rounds, Jerry isn't the fierce advocate for victims she claims to be.
The one that allegedly took the money from the gala, to help people in need.
In fact, the email goes as far as to say she aligns herself with abusers, placing vulnerable children in the hands of questionable guardians and abusing her influence in the community. One particularly chilling line even states, she needs to be investigated and barred from practicing law. That's a massive accusation, and if there's any truth to it, it completely flips the image Jerry has built for herself. And let's be real, the more you look at her choices, the more things start to look suspicious. She's defended Gypsy, a woman whose entire life has been a tangled web of deception. She's been accused of misusing nonprofit funds meant for charity. She's represented individuals with disturbing histories of abuse. At what point does this stop being a coincidence and start looking like a pattern? What's even more unsettling is that Jerry has consistently chosen to defend people with questionable pasts.
Basically put her house together. And Danos knows what she's associated with and what she does, and they stay around her. Birds of a feather flock together, child. Like, share, and repost.
Leading many to wonder if her decisions are based on legal ethics or just a hunger for power and money. Some of her past clients have been accused of exploiting legal loopholes, and she has a track record of using aggressive courtroom tactics that seem less about justice and more about winning at any cost. That's not just speculation. People in the community have openly voiced their frustration, questioning whether she truly believes in her mission or if it's all just an act. The more accusations pile up, the harder it becomes to separate Jerry's professional integrity from her personal interests. And when you throw Gypsy into the mix,
Speaking about Gypsy Rose's attorney, Jure, I never anticipated to get so many messages. And when I tell you, I have received hundreds of emails, messages between TikTok and my email about this woman, it's been insane. I mean, all sorts of things.
It only adds fuel to the fire. Gypsy and Jerry's close relationship raises even more eyebrows. This isn't just a lawyer-client connection, it's something deeper. Jerry has been by Gypsy's side for personal events, showing up in ways that go far beyond the typical attorney role. That level of involvement makes it even harder to ignore the growing doubts surrounding both of them. And if you think that's bad, there's another name being dragged into this mess. Mike Stanfield, the lawyer who represented Gypsy in her case against her mother. Mike insisted that Gypsy's mother, Dee Dee, had Munchausen by proxy.
I haven't spoken on yet, but it makes me sad to see that there are communities where people are scared to speak up because of the things that are taking place. And I would love for this.
But here's the problem. A posthumous diagnosis isn't possible because, well, you can't diagnose someone who's dead. He also claimed Dee Dee forced unnecessary medical procedures on Gypsy, but later, it was revealed that Gypsy actually had a chromosome deletion disorder that may have required some of those treatments. Despite these inconsistencies, Mike used this narrative to negotiate a much lighter sentence for Gypsy, reducing her charge to second-degree homicide instead of first-degree murder. Gypsy Rose has always been a controversial figure, but now the focus isn't just on her, it's on the people in her inner circle.
Be a place on my page where I can help the communities and bring awareness to situations on a wider spread platform to bring change, because people shouldn't live like this.
And just like Jerry Jason Jeju, her other lawyer, Mike Stanfield, didn't just handle her case and move on. Instead, he's remained in her life, attending her private events and maintaining a close connection long after the trial ended. That alone has people raising eyebrows. Mike wasn't just any lawyer, he was a public defender, someone expected to uphold justice. But instead of relying purely on the facts, he built Gypsy's defense on emotional appeal and unverified claims, securing her a much lighter sentence than many expected.
Putting kids in predatory situations and causing more trauma, probably for money, is disheartening. And this woman that owns a nonprofit organization claiming to help the community would be doing this is disgraceful. So Jure, if these
And now that he's still around, people are questioning his real motives. Was his involvement strictly professional, or was he invested in something more? Some speculate that Mike didn't just defend Gypsy, he helped craft her public image, knowing that a carefully constructed narrative could lead to book deals, media attention, and public sympathy. And let's be honest, that attention doesn't just help Gypsy, it benefits him too. So at what point does legal representation turn into something more personal? When a lawyer stays involved in their client's life long after the case is closed, what does that really say about their intentions? Because at this point, it's no longer just about defending a client. It's about influence, control, and reputation. And now we have two lawyers, both with questionable reputations.
You should hang your head in shame. The fact that you sit in Bible study and you're the leader is disgusting. Do better. Do better. Because you should be locked up for this. This is a shame. And I said what I said.
Both closely tied to Gypsy. Is this just a coincidence, or does it hint at something deeper? Because let's not ignore the facts. Jerry and Mike have both been accused of manipulating the truth. They've both blurred the lines between professional and personal relationships, and they've both played a major role in shaping how the public sees Gypsy. And let's be real, their continued connection to her doesn't exactly help their credibility. If anything, it only makes people more suspicious. Because when you choose to align yourself with someone known for twisting narratives, people can't help but wonder, are you doing the same? But here's the bigger question. Is Gypsy deliberately surrounding herself with people who share her same tactics? Or are these lawyers drawn to her because they see an opportunity to advance their own careers and reputations? When a client and their legal team become this intertwined outside the courtroom, it creates a web of influence that makes it harder to separate truth from carefully crafted illusion. So, were Jerry and Mike just doing their jobs? Or were they actively helping to shape Gypsy's public persona in a way that benefited them all? And if that's the case, how much of what we think we know about Gypsy is even real? How much has been carefully staged by the people standing beside her? What do you think? Is Gypsy the mastermind, pulling these people into controversy? Or were they already ethically questionable before they even met her? Does she have a talent for aligning herself with people who see her as an opportunity? Or are these lawyers playing the system for their own gain? And if they are, how far does this manipulation really go? Are they protecting Gypsy out of loyalty? Or is there something much bigger at play, something far more strategic? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I want to know what you think about this mess. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because trust me, this story is just getting started.